TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Rua Panawa and this is Africa Now. We start with Swaziland, where international humanitarian organization Save the Children has reported that nearly 60,000 people in Swaziland face starvation or death without immediate intervention. They are among more than 347,000 people in the kingdom who face acute food shortage and need urgent humanitarian assistance. The report also adds that an estimated 180,000 children will also be affected. The Southern African nation had experienced a rapid deterioration in food availability over the past months due to coronavirus-related job losses, high food prices, and erratic rainfall, leading to a poor harvest at the end of 2020. And in Ivory Coast, the government announced Patrick Achi as its new prime minister. Achi is the third person to hold the post in the past year after the death of two predecessors. His appointment was announced in a statement read by President Alassane Ouattara, Chief of Staff Fidelis Sarasoro, at a media briefing. Achi, a 65-year-old technocrat who served as Secretary General in the presidency for the past 4 years, is an elected official, having recently won a seat in parliament for his native Azope in the country's southeast. We start with the crisis in Tigray, Ethiopia, where the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has confirmed that the government of Eritrea has agreed to a withdrawal of its troops from the Ethiopian territory along their common border. The Ethiopian Prime Minister stated this barely a few days after acknowledging that Eritrean forces, had entered Ethiopia's Tigray region during an almost 5-month unrest. He also confirmed that the Ethiopian National Defense Force will take over guarding the border area with immediate effect. Now to the Tigray crisis, the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights has announced that it would be investigating alleged serious abuses and rights violations in Ethiopia's Tigray region. The Commission, who stated this on March 25th, also added that a probe, which will be carried out jointly by the High Commissioner's Office and the Ethiopian Human Rights Commission (AHRC), forms part of the much-needed accountability process for the victims. The development comes after fighting began in the North Ethiopian state on the 4th of November 2020 between forces loyal to regional power brokers and former national ruling party, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, and the current national government forces. And in Tanzania, the body of Tanzania's late President John Magufuli has been moved to his ancestral home of Chato in the country's northwest for public viewing and burial. Residents are now paying their last respects to him at the Magufuli Stadium, as has been the normal week. His body was moved through different towns in Tanzania to allow for public mourning. Close family, relatives and friends of Magufuli are also attending the private funeral service in Chato. Magufuli died on March 17th after a 10-year battle with heart complications. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. More stories from the continent after the break. Welcome back and to the news of the western part of Africa. The European Union ambassador to Sierra Leone, Tom Vance, has said that the Union is looking at ways to send aid and assistance to the survivors of an inferno which rocked a slum in the country's capital, Freetown. According to eyewitness accounts, the fire started from the seaside, coming in with heavy winds and kept moving to the eastern part and later spread all over. An estimated 400 or more houses were lost, with countless fatalities. Authorities in the city also say that the death toll is unclear, but thousands may have been affected by the inferno. Still in Ivory Coast, the trial of Amade Ourény, the alleged leader of the perpetrators of Ivory Coast post-election massacre, has commenced in the nation's capital, Abidjan. Since his arrest in 2013, Ourény is alleged to have led a militia on the 29th of March 2019 to the western city of Jiku, known to have been a stronghold of defeated President Laurent Gbagbo, where more than 800 civilians were murdered. The suspected mastermind of the attack faces 20 charges, including genocide, war crimes, rape, murder, and extortion. Also, the Democratic Republic of Congo is currently investigating its former police chief, John Numbi, over the high-profile murder of a human rights activist, Floribert Chebeya. Numbi is suspected to have orchestrated the killing of the activist, whose body was found in his car on the outskirts of Kinshasa, the capital city, in June 2010. The day before the murder, Chebeya, the head of the Voice for the Voiceless group, had been called to a police station, supposedly to meet the former police chief. 5 police officers have been convicted for the murder, and 2 of them, now living in exile, confessed that they took part in Chebeya's murder and claimed Numbi had ordered them to take out the human rights activist. Now we go to business, where as the days go by, the closed Suez Canal in Egypt is costing an estimated $9 billion worth of goods that should be passing through the waterway. This is according to popular shipping journal Lloyd's List. The blockade is apparently causing disruption in the flow of cargo traffic in the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. Every day, 70 ships carrying a total of 4 million tons of cargo transit through the canal. This means millions of tons of cargo traveling to various destinations around the world have now been sitting idle since Tuesday night of March 3, when the blockade happened. The Suez Canal in Egypt is a critical waterway and used by 10% of the world's maritime trade, and a complicated mission has since been underway to free the vessel known as Evergreen. Morocco and Ivory Coast are the latest teams to scale through the African Cup of Nations. Although Morocco secured its qualification even before playing its match against Mauritania, the Atlas Lions took advantage of the 2-2 draw snatched by Burundi on the Central African Republic. Ivory Coast also validated its ticket for Cameroon after a 3-0 victory on Niger's pitch. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, do visit our website at www.costvnetwork.com. Do also follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Ruwal Penawa. Thank you for watching.